Okay, I want an overhead camera mount in the other room, the cleaner room. The room where I maybe do the introductions to things that need fixing, but I need to do it somewhere or want to do it somewhere that's kind of cleaner than the soldering-y typed room, the workbenchy room. And I was looking into it and I thought, how do I do this? Because I've got an overhead one here. You're looking down from it. I've got that one, which was done using a bit of broken tripod and some copper pipe, and there's a video link somewhere over there if I remember to put it in. And I thought, yeah, but I don't want to kill any of the tripods I've got. And then I accidentally killed one of the other tripods that I had. And I thought, well, that makes life easier. And I got some wooden doweling because, again, link somewhere else. I put a copper pipe rail around the edge of the room that I want to... I'm trying to not call it the Lego room, to be honest, because it's supposed to be a dining room, and shh, that's what it is. It's not that it's the Lego room. But yeah, I put copper pipe rail up there to put some sound absorbing panels up to improve the acoustics. And I thought, well, if I put something across those, and I got some wooden doweling, some rod, I thought if I put that across those, and then I can suspend something or attach something for the camera to come down on. I will say, this is the second attempt at this video, because the first attempt, which I quite liked and was nice and shiny and had some interesting shape, I did make a couple of fuck-ups on, but the biggest fuck-up I made is I hadn't realised I'd bought something like 21mm diameter wood. I thought I'd got 19 or 18 or whatever it is. So I did all of this and I went to slide it on to finish the video, and it didn't fit. Meaning I'm doing a much more simple one now, which is what I should probably have done in the first place. This is going to become a lamp, probably. Yeah, so what I've got, and I've pre-cut like I did last time, I have got these and another one, and then I have some bits here, and I've got this, which I cut earlier for the other video, but I cut it off camera, so you're not missing anything there, apart from me occasionally going, fuck, why won't you cut, you fuck? Which I did a lot while I was trying to cut it over my leg, which do not do what I do. Anyway, what I now need to do is take this and put this in there to about there will do. And, oh no, I need to flux. I need to put some flux on there. I need to put some flux in there. I need to make a quicker video anyway. I've noticed a lot of my faffing and fucking around with things videos are too long, and given I've already done this one once, and I really just want to get the camera set up because I've got things I want to film, and I want to film them with a better setup. I just want to get on with this. So that's flux. Remind me which one was which. Oh, don't. One of these fitted better over the doweling, but I need to buy another piece of rod because one of them is mysteriously, it looks like oak. It was supposed to be pine, it looks like oak. I shouldn't complain, but it's ever so slightly bigger. The pine one works perfectly, the oak one, not so much. So I'm going to, I've lost track. I think that's the one I said had to go take that. And if it isn't, it doesn't matter. Although I will put that bit in now, just in case it was. I'm distracting myself because I'm trying to talk bollocks over the top of doing this. Well, I'm trying to talk not bollocks, but it's probably coming out bollocks. Either way, I'm trying to rush through this because I'm also thinking of what I said last time, which was I have to keep working with a tripod. Now, I don't always like the straight down shot, but if I'm doing a repair-y type thing or a Lego-y type thing, it's very useful. It would also be useful to just have a second camera angle, so a straight down one with also a tripod isn't going to hurt. There is a spare camera. Not as good as this one, but it'll do as a sort of secondary angle. However, at the moment, I have to precariously balance a tripod on various things or in my way, or it's just, I knock it over, I fumble around trying to get it with the legs out of shot. It's just an absolute pain in the arse. This is going to be so much better. Or so I didn't need the flux there, did I? Or so I thought, until I fucked up the first attempt. Right, I'm using soldering fittings. I like these for the laziness. I don't like them quite as much. Well, I like these for the laziness. I like these for the prettiness. I do think they are pretty. And when you're doing something that is going to be decorative, and a lamp, I'll keep telling myself that. When you're doing something that's decorative, I really think these are far prettier than the normal end feed. What I don't like as much is you, instead of heating it up and adding the solder, you wait to see the solder. So I don't know, it's just a personal preference. My personal preference would be to find the set squarey part of the set square to make sure I've got that sticking up properly. I had it earlier, and then I put everything away because I'd said to myself, no, you don't need all of these tools in your way now, you have finished. And I haven't, because I fucked it up. I'll put that to one side because it's kind of plasticky and there's about to be a lot of heat. Now, this I am doing by eye because it doesn't have a ring underneath it to guess. However, there's enough adjustment in the thingy that I don't really need to worry about that. And I'm going to use this one. I'm also on a lavalier microphone. The previous one was a head-worn one that was shit that I was testing out. So maybe this will be a better video because maybe this microphone will be less shit. Or maybe it will be more shit. That is the Angry Torch. I don't normally use the Angry Torch because it's so angry. But I am going to use the Angry Torch for this because it's quick and I'm using 22mm and I just want it done very quickly. I'm not using it properly in terms of playing the flame all around everything, and the reason for that is quite simply, if I point the flame too far down, I am going to heat up this tile. It's a ceramic tile, it didn't cost much. I don't know if it's a floor tile or just an expensive wall tile, but it protects the worktop. It's quite heat resistant, and it wasn't a lot of money, so when it breaks, it's not going to be too much of an arse to replace. But obviously, I would prefer not to break it prematurely. God, the smoke. I would complain about the smoke, but there's a fucking big spider living somewhere up there, and it terrifies me, and I'm hoping it's now been fumigated. Really, fingers crossed. But that's that. The previous one had a lot more shape and took quite a bit more soldering, but also was a complete fuck up. So this one, while it's a lot more simple, is a lot quicker, would be a lot cheaper, and will hopefully do the job just as well. I've got to wait for it to cool down before I can test fit stuff, and then I'll be back. So that's it polished, and what I do not endorse this company, especially given the behaviour towards their employees not so long ago. But I bought this ages ago. I use the rubbing compound. I think this is very similar to Farclar, whatever it's called, G3. I use a rubbing compound to take the worst of the blur off, and then I use this one's the Waitrose anti-tarnish, so it might keep it shiny for longer. I use just a standard household copper polish to give it that extra finishing shine. And what I've got to do now is put it together, and then hopefully, unlike the it's going to become a lamp. Yeah, unlike that, this hopefully will actually work first time as well, and fit and slide, and all will be, if not well with the world, a damn sight better than it was. Right, now, because I had various attempts and modifications last time, can I now get this to line up with that screw hole? Because that would make me less unhappy. I'm going to say happy. This stopped making me happy around the time I realised I'd completely fucked it up, but less unhappy would do. I would be happy enough with being less unhappy. I can't seem to get that in there. Why can't I get that in there? Because I'm on the wrong side? No. Yes, maybe? Yes, I'm on the wrong side. So, that screw will hopefully go in there. It did before. Well, this screw didn't before, but a screw from this box did go in here before. I've just got it slightly off to the side, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Go in. Please don't go horribly wrong. Please don't go horribly wrong. You're going to go horribly wrong. No, don't go horribly. Oh, I had a rubber washer could go on there, but I don't know where I've put it. Maybe I'll just put a brass olive on there if I ever find one, just to pretty it up. And maybe I won't. Maybe I will just go, who cares? And then maybe I'll think, I care. And then maybe I'll have to do something about it. But that goes like that. Then this goes on here, because it is basically just a tripod without the tripod. So it's a pod, I suppose. Camera mount? I don't know, what do you call a tripod without a tripod? I don't know. And that could be the start of a really bad joke that I'm not going to try to finish. Perhaps if I put it in the right hole. That could be the start of another really bad joke that I'm not going to finish. And If you look at it that way, it tells you fuck all. But if you look at it that way, and imagine you're down and this is up, I know the world's gone a bit weird, then what I can do, I will be able to slide this back and forth on the rods, and I'll be able to spin it so I have it there, and there, and there, and so on and so round. And the reason for that, or part of the reason for that, is not only to clear the tripod out of my way, but also this camera is pointing kind of at me but upside downwardly, and it keeps throwing me as to, oh god, which way do I need to move my hands to put things in shot? And that just really irritates me when I'm trying to go with some sort of flow and I have to keep remembering to invert my flow kind of goes a bit backwards and wrong, which it won't do, theoretically, hopefully, if I have this set up. Meaning, last thing I've got to do is, yeah, go and get another bit of wood dowel, yeah, and then slide this onto it, and hopefully that'll be it done. So I've got it up. It's not quite as firm as I would like, but I think it'll do the job fine anyway, and I think it's going to make me quite happy when all is said and done. I can spin this around and then I can lock it off there and then it won't spin around. It does wobble a bit because I'm using thinner, flimsier wood than I really wanted to. You can see how it positions both ends. You can also see spoilers. There may be boombox videos in the future. I built this to be able to put sound absorbing panels on, and all I'm doing is storing junk for videos. But yeah, that sits there so it can slide back and forth. I maybe should have put something on the ends to hold it a bit more rigid and parallel, but it's not a big deal to just move that. This will, as you can see, I'm doing this one-handed, which is difficult, but I can slide that around. I can spin this around. I can even lock it into place if I really want. And it gets rid of having to have that in my way with the other things that are still in my way. But it's one less thing in my way, and I'll be able to put the camera like that, and then be able to figure out and remember when I move my hands thusly, it appears like that on the camera. It's going to be all good. At least that's my hope. It's not as pretty as the thing that was, well, is now going to have to be a lamp. Yes, I wanted more shape to it. Yes, I could have had it so it really extended up and down and had these wider. Would wider have helped the stability? Probably not, but wider would have meant I could put the camera higher and get a better field of view. But that's just not how it worked out, because I mostly use reclaimed stuff, or stuff I go on eBay and it's plumber retiring, van clearance sale, get a million things for 73 pence. And so I was using what I'd got, and based on using what I'd got, this was, after I'd used up things I'd also got on the failed one, this was how it came out. And it's function over form, but it's still quite shiny. It's still kind of pretty. I will stain this if I ever find the wood stain so it matches everything else in here. But this is about having a practical device, and yeah, I think it's pretty practical. And based on that, I'm pretty happy with it.